In Forsaken, you can go pretty fast, with multiple examples including 2 times respawn, guest charge, and noob's cola. But there's one thing that no one has seemed to dive into yet. How fast can you actually go in Forsaken? Okay, so simple guidelines. Number 1 has to be achievable, aka no private server commands, survivor only. Number 2, no bugs/glitches. Number 3, that's it. So how do we achieve this? First, we need a way to measure speed. So we need 1, a measurement of distance, and 2, a way to measure time. Conveniently, after looking around for a bit, I found that the stage in Horror Hotels is roughly 41.5 studs long. And for tracking time, I will simply record and track the amount of milliseconds it takes to reach one end to another. In theory, this should provide us with a solid unit of studs per second. Now that we have our solid guidelines, let's move on to our first obstacle. Who is the fastest survivor? Currently, there are 10 survivors, so let's remove some until we find our one. First, let's get rid of the characters that can't give themselves speed. Actually, keep this one to the side. I'll explain later. Anyways, back to the main 3. For noob, the Bloxy Cola isn't exclusive to them, which makes their ability basically useless. Both 2-time and Elliot are good contenders, with 2-time having their speed buff when being revived, and Elliot having their rush hour ability. But Elliot's ability grants speed 3, and 2-time only grants speed 2. So Elliot should be our pick, right? No. The reason why Guest is still a contender is because of one specific ability he has. His charge. You can't easily track Guest's charge as it isn't a speed modifier, so to find out which is faster, I lined up 2 videos of both survivors. This experiment resulted in Guest being a tad bit faster than Elliot. Then, we accurately calculated his velocity using the stage from Horror Hotels. Guest's charge travels at around 44.1 studs per second, which by the way, is about that fast. Which makes our current record a 75% increase in speed. But there are still many ways to go even faster. Believe it or not, the Bloxy Cola significantly affects Guest's charge, boosting his speed by about 20%, traveling at a rate of 51 studs per second. Another possibility we tested was Duskar's Ray, which seemingly had no effect on our speed due to the fact that speed effects don't stack. And then we found another way to get more speed. The Killer. When you get hit by a killer in Forsaken, you actually gain about a 30 to 40% speed increase for a very short amount of time. With everything in total, Guest's charge, Bloxy Cola, and the Killer speed boost, your charge would look like this. 67.05 studs per second, which is about 2.66 times faster than normally running. And there it is. That's the fastest way to travel, right? We're done? See, the problem with this is that with everything combined, you can only travel a very short amount of distance away from the killer, despite having an incredibly high velocity, mostly because of Guest's slowness gained from his charge. So, what if instead of finding the highest velocity possible, we found the best possible way to escape the killer? Alright, new guidelines. In this new objective, we will measure the distance traveled with every possible ability until our stamina reaches a point, meaning we will start at 100 and end at 50. The farthest straight line in Forsaken is actually Generator Hell, being exactly 304 studs long enough to be able to test anything without any problems. So we spent some time testing every combination, and the results speak for themselves.
Talk of making love. Take your time to bluff your way to stay. Let me use your eyes.
Surprisingly enough, Elliot's rush hour is beaten by Guest's charge by a solid 12%.
That cut me down to size. With your lovely mind, never taking time.
218 studs, while only consuming 50 stamina, which by the way is more than half of an entire average Forsaken map, only in about 5 seconds. Surprisingly enough, Guest's ability alone makes him the fastest survivor in the game and gives him potential to be one of the best loopers while being a sentinel. Actually, I lied. Keep using noob. Hey guys, today's just like a really short mini upload. I am currently working on level 100 Nolly, and I've been making a lot of stuff for that, a lot of cool stuff. So goodbye. And I'll see you guys later. Okay.